The lawyer I'm interviewing today is a partner and until recently the head of international banking at the UK top 40 law firm Allswine. Welcome Moni to the BLD interview.
Thank you.
Moni, let's just get straight to one question. Why law?
I think law chose me more than I chose it, to be honest. I didn't have much of a clue as to what I was going to do when I was at school. My family were very proud of me already for having done A-levels, so they were just happy with whatever I did. And so I sought guidance from my teachers, and their observation about me was that I am very articulate, which was a nice thing, and that I could argue the hind leg off a donkey, so that I was good at arguing, and that I always had a position on things, and so they urged me to consider law.
Then you went into banking, really. You for over 20 years at least, you've been in banking law. Why this particular area of law? What was the interest in this particular?
Again, like with so many careers, and you'll find when you talk to a number of people, some of it is by accident and some of it is by design. It was what was available. The banking and finance in the city and corporate work was absolutely exploding, so it was partly what was available. But once I'd got into it, why did I stay in it for 20 years? It's fascinating, it's complex, it's intellectually demanding, it's transactional. I am a transactional lawyer. I really like the dynamic of doing deals. I have a range of sectors and industries that you can get involved with, so it's kept me interested.
If you were to choose another career other than law, what would it be and why? Where would that be?
I guess putting my various passions together, I'd be a travel writer. I love travelling. The world is an extraordinary place, and you go to the far corners of it and you find that we are vastly different and profoundly the same.
What is the best advice, career advice you would give to others in that case?
I suppose the best career advice I'd be able to give people is keep going. Keep going. Your path in your career is seldom completely clear ahead of you. It is very infrequently very straight. So when you turn a corner, when it's not going the direction you think it's going to be, just keep going, because you will build on that experience, on that knowledge, even if it's a turn that hasn't been quite what you wanted or expected, just keep going. The other piece of advice I've been given actually by really more through family has been just go for the opportunities, just try it. If you're not sure that you're up to the task, give yourself the benefit of the doubt.
What would you say you're happiest, most passionate about?
The deep answer to that is my friends and my family. Those are my roots, those are my foundations. That is, without that, everything else lacks colour. But in terms of my intellectual and professional endeavour, I suppose the things that I'm most passionate about are literacy. I feel it's the core, it's the key that unlocks the world for you, and social mobility.
How do you think the state is at the moment? Are we going backwards? Or?
I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned about the stratifying of our society, much more than it was. The 80s was probably not the most enlightened time when I was going into the world of work, but it was a very fluid time. There was movement. If you had talent, there was an opportunity to make money, to build careers. Education was free for those who were talented enough to get there. There were a lot of opportunities, there were apprenticeships, all sorts of things. I see that closing down. I see people not moving very far from their original base, and I'm not saying that one has to, but the opportunity to do so is limited, so it really does worry me.
You chair the Allswine Diversity Working Group. What does that role entail, actually?
So the role of the Diversity Working Group, which I chair, is really to hold a mirror up to Allswine from time to time, to keep looking at ourselves and identifying issues, if there are any, that need to be addressed or can be improved, making sure that we don't become complacent across a full range of diversity issues, then coming up with proposals and solutions. We're not trying to change the whole world, we're just trying to make Allswine better at dealing with itself, and it's very easy to become complacent and used to certain patterns, to keep examining any institutional habits that are growing up. There's all sorts of ways in which we can be different, and a diverse input of insights just makes an institution and decisions better and stronger, and it's so much more fun.
And the final question we ask everyone at the BLD interview is, if you could rule the world for a day, what would you do?
That's fabulous, isn't it? That's a fabulous question. I would create universal literacy for all. Absolutely every human being on this planet to be literate, particularly women, because they are the roots of the families that are grown. Whether we like it or not, whether it's a gender issue or not, actually mothers and women have a huge influence on the way families are grown. But literacy is the key to better health, to changing one's situation economically, to being able to go on and do great things and innovate. Literacy, that would be my one day wish.
Moni Mannings, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.